Here we go.
You're live.
We're live.
With All Things Wagner. Hello, crew.
Hello, crew.
We will wait a little bit and let people start coming in and saying hello. I'm going to tell y'all to come on in. This is well, tell them what we're doing today.
This is like we should say, howdy, folks from Texas. Hope y'all are having a good day.
We are, and we're hot again. What are we today?
Oh, Lord. I don't know.
It's like our
102.
It's like our weekly weather report when we're waiting for people to come in.
Yeah, this time of year it doesn't change much. And my little boy is running around sneezing on my foot.
Our two pups.
Yeah.
Murphy and Percy.
Percy Jackson.
Poor Percy. He was named when we got him. That's not really a boy's name. And JJ was not too happy with that. But then I explained to him that Percy Jackson is a demigod.
Well, then he would be my son.
Hey.
Just saying.
There you go. Good confidence there. That he's named after a demigod, Percy Jackson. Anyone who has kids or who knows,
Which I don't have, so
Greek
gotta love my fur babies.
History, yeah.
Joe Green, welcome.
Okay, come on in, y'all. We're going to be talking about our Lose It to Cruise It update today, along with some cruise FAQs, frequently asked questions, along with an update on the protocols. I mean, the CDC dropped their...
Don't let the
don't give it away.
Bag.
Don't give it away. Yeah, y'all know CDC's made some changes, so the cruise lines are making some changes, and we're going to talk about that close to the end. Okay, let's see. It is, I got to put these darn readers on, y'all. It is 4:02. Christopher's back. Christopher in the house.
Christopher,
hello
what's
from
happening,
St.
buddy?
Louis, Missouri.
Good to see you.
And Audrey's here.
Thank
Hello,
you, Audrey.
Audrey, thanks for joining us. We're going to give about another minute here. Y'all tell us if you, those of you who are already here, tell us if you have some cruise questions. Go ahead and put them in, and then I'll go back up to the top because I have some questions already slated to go over because they really are literally frequently asked.
They are.
Especially for new cruisers, but I don't know if y'all are new cruisers. So if you have something specific, we've been on Symphony and Adventure and Wonder after the restart. Mm-hmm. So if y'all have questions about any of those ships, especially Wonder, since it's brand new, you can ask those questions and we'll answer those specifically about the ships. So, well, let's get started with this Lose It to Cruise It.
Had to grab my coffee.
Update.
Lose it to cruise it.
And is that calf or decaf?
No, at my age this time of evening, it better be decaf.
It's 4:00 our time.
Besides that,
he's like,
I have to be in bed now by 9:00 for a 3:45 wake up. So we're at the gym by 4:30.
Yeah, and I have to do.
So if I do the caffeinated, it can be a little hard getting to sleep.
I have to do by 8. Okay, so we'll go over that with those of you who might just be joining us for Lose It to Cruise It, or if you have Lose It to Vacation It. Maybe you're going somewhere else. We have a couple of videos on our channel about all-inclusive resorts as well. So when cruising was shut down, we tried those and we loved them. We love cruising more, but it's a very good alternative. The online,
absolutely.
Yeah, the all-inclusives, all-inclusive resorts are a very good alternative. It's kind of like being on a cruise, but you just have one port, which for those of us who cruise, that's kind of depressing.
I enjoy the journey and the destination.
Yeah, we like cruising. Yeah. But seriously, if you are just not wanting to cruise yet, but you're okay with flying, the all-inclusive resorts are a good option.
That's a good option.
Yeah,
yep.
So
good option.
Chris is starting us off. Chris Clarkson, Christopher. I lost 7 pounds in 2 weeks so far.
Boom. Good job.
Man, Christopher, you're on it.
You are killing it, man.
7 pounds in 2 weeks. Okay, you got to tell us what you're doing, man.
What's the secret?
What's the secret?
10 words or less. What's the secret?
So those of you who may just be joining us to see what we're doing, we have now 83 days until our cruise on, I'm sorry, my nose is dripping a little bit, y'all. 83 days until our cruise on Explore. You make women's noses drip?
I do.
We won't go any further.
No, we're not going any further with it.
So 83 days until Explorer of the Seas out of Miami, Florida. And we're going to the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire,
Curacao. My demigod
wants
pup
up.
is
Our
harassing
puppy
my
wants
wife.
up. Let's see what he wants.
He wants to see who you're talking to,
Hi,
Mommy.
everybody. It's
Let me see.
Percy.
Let me see.
The problem is we have a
Hey, Mr. Percy.
decent camera now, and when we have him in JJ's lap, the camera wants to focus on him, and so we get all blurry. So
Yeah.
it may not do it this time. He wants to be in your lap. Okay, so we're going in 83 days. We're cruising to the ABC Islands. This will be our 17th cruise. We also have a lure out of Galveston booked for April 23, and then we have, drum roll please, we have Alaska, our first Alaska cruise, booked for September of 23. And good grief, y'all. Have y'all been to Alaska? It is expensive.
Let us know if you have and what you like and didn't like about it.
I just asked JJ the other day to start looking at the excursions.
Are
and
you kidding me?
He was a little bit freaked out. He was like, we may not can go. I'm like, that's why we booked so early. So we would have a long time to pay it out, basically.
You could always get a home equity loan.
Seriously, we have to get a loan to go to Alaska. Y'all know, if you've been, let us know if you've been to Alaska and how expensive that it was, because it's kind of crazy. So the reason we're doing this little Lose It to Cruise It, y'all, is because since September, when we went on Symphony of the Seas, that was our first cruise back after the restart, I gained 15 pounds. And again, y'all, I'm 5'3". I'm kind of a little girl. So 15 pounds is a lot for me. It's like almost 2 pant sizes. And JJ gained 10 pounds since September.
Yeah, not good.
And so we just decided, this is crazy. We want to be able to be comfortable on the cruises and take the stairs, because one, you got to wait for the elevators, and that's not always fun. And then you got people running and jumping ahead of you to get in the elevator, and then it takes forever to get to dinner. And it's just, plus it's just, healthier to take the stairs pretty much. Keep your cardio and work your legs. You can get more steps in throughout the day, taking the stairs. So we want to be able to take the stairs.
Here's to the stairs.
We want to be able to go and do on our excursions. If you've experienced not being able to go and do on your excursions, let us know in the comments, and we'll talk about that, because this is a group effort, y'all. We all have been there with the health lowering standards during COVID. It was hard. It was hard for all of us, and that's not even counting people who actually had COVID. That's a whole nother story. We're just talking about people. All of us had to stay in the house, and the gyms were closed, and whatever was going on, and so you sat and ate in front of the TV.
I sure did.
We sure did.
I did.
So we started back to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. We started back on June 15th. So all of our numbers are starting at June 15th and then going forward. And so we get up at 3:45 every morning, which is why he was just talking about earlier about getting up, going to bed early tonight and having decaf coffee so he could actually sleep. I am an 8-hour a night girl. I need 8 hours of sleep. He gets by on 7,
9.
Because also for 9, I'm rolling. I'm rolling and going at 9 hours, but I can live with 8 hours. So since January 15th, we have been doing that Monday through Friday. We're in the parking lot of the gym. I will link our original video down below, the one where we told you about everything we're doing and everything we've experienced, and show you a little footage of 3:45 in the morning. It's not fun.
It's ugly.
But I'll tell you, at 5:45 p.m. when I get home, I am glad I don't have to go to the gym. I'm glad I don't have to struggle to get on those gym leggings and anything.
In the heat?
And go back outside.
Heat?
Go back outside. That's why we started. For those of you who haven't seen the first video, that's why we started going at 3:45 in the morning, is because here in Texas, what has it been? It's been over 100.
At 3:45 in the morning, it can still be anywhere from 80 to 86 degrees. So.
Which is bearable without the sun shining down on you.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why we decided, because I would come home from work and it was just too hot to get back out. So we started going in the mornings, which is doable. So we started remeasuring since June 15th.
And we have Miss Audrey that jumped in here.
Woohoo! Audrey. Oh,
Hi,
hi, Audrey.
How are you?
Thanks for joining us.
She just got off Carnival.
Oh, and she's talking cruising. Yes, we just got off our first Carnival cruise from Galveston. We now want to lose some weight before our Royal Caribbean cruise in November.
We get
took
it.
stairs, carried luggage, and want to be healthy enough to do all of that. Go, Audrey. It's so true. It's just like, you know, we do our own luggage too. We roll it in and out. We, of course, you have to give it to them to get on the ship, but we self-disembark.
Yep.
And so, one, I learned to pack lighter.
She's learning to pack lighter.
I might do a video on that because it was a multi-cruise lesson to learn to do that. So, Audrey, it's a little bit of a, cardio workout, and your arm, your shoulder, your back, with the carrying your own bags off. So it matters to be healthy. So
I'm her mule.
Audrey, if you've already started your Lose It to Cruise It program, tell us what you're doing. Share it while we update you. We're also tracking our food with MyFitnessPal. And that is just an app. It's a really simple app. It has a free version and a paid version. We use the free version, and it literally is MyFitnessPal. That's the name of the app.
Right.
And I guess it's .com. You can do it online too if you don't have a smartphone. If you happen to not have a smartphone, you can go online. I help my mom do that.
Right.
And then we order meals, pre-prepared meals from JJ orders from freshly.com, and I order from Snap Kitchen. Like literally Snap Kitchen, just because I'm a picky eater. And so he's trying to be nice. So I don't like everything that's in the Freshly meals, but anyone who likes lots of vegetables, like onions and peppers and tomatoes and every kind of pepper, will like Freshly. Don't think that there's something wrong with Freshly because I don't like it because I'm real picky.
She's finicky.
And this is not a sponsored live.
No.
We wish it were.
We're praying it will be someday.
We need to contact Snap Kitchen or Freshly and get some moolah up in here for mentioning them. But right now we're not. So progress. Drum roll, please. That was really bad drum roll.
That was terrible.
Okay, so JJ's progress. You need your notes?
I do.
Okay.
All right.
Since June 15th. Actually, I think he went back to like June 12th because that's the first time.
Right.
That's the first in those few days that he had weighed.
That's a fact. Yep. All right.
Lost pounds overall.
6.8.
6.8. He's
6.8 pounds.
He's not even up to Christopher's
6.8. I know. Yeah. Chris, you're making me look bad, brother. It took us a month. Send me your secrets.
It took us a month. So 6.8 pounds overall.
Yeah.
And this week.
Right.
This week, how much?
1.4.
1.4.
I'm chasing him.
For hey. Yes. And.
Yeah.
You also went up in the gym again.
My resistance training went up again 5 to 10 pounds, depending on which exercise. And I've dropped my sets from 4 to 3, increased my weight, and I dropped my reps from 15 to 10 to 12. So with the increased weight, I've cut down the reps. Yeah.
So that's progress. It's all progress when it's going in that direction. So
inch by the inch.
Sherry's progress. Drum roll.
I'm not going to do it.
You're going to have to do it. I'm not very good. Drum roll for Sherry. 5 pounds overall.
Woo-hoo! Get it, Sherry.
Again, that's a pound a week. That is safe and sustainable. That's a very important word. Sustainable, which means after the cruise, Audrey and Sherry are not going to be stuffing our face because we just super strict dieted.
Don't ask me to put that in writing because I will not.
Well, I don't know what JJ's going to do.
No, I mean for me. I'm not talking about.
But Audrey and I are not going to. We're doing something sustainable and doable, not starving ourselves. So you don't go on some bad, quick diet that you're starving. And so, I go on my cruise or I go to my class reunion or I go to this wedding or whatever. I go on to this Mexican all-inclusive resort and then I come back and I just want to stuff my face because I've been dieting so hard.
When I get back to Texas, I'm going to have me some barbecue. I'm going to put on some weight.
We are. Audrey says, yes, sustainable, girl. That's what we're doing.
Dedication.
Yep.
That's the key.
So, yes,
are you interested or are you committed?
Oh.
Are you interested in
now you're getting
weight loss or are you committed?
You're getting up in my back pocket now.
Are you interested in training or are you committed?
Serious. So 5 pounds overall for me. even more important, ladies, you know this because I do my measurements. I do waist and hips measurements, and I've been doing my thighs too because again, down there is where I carry it all, and I am down 3/4 inch, 0.75 inch in my waist, and I'm half an inch, 0.5 down in my hips overall. So that's good. You know, that's where I hold it. So usually it's the last place to come off where you hold it. For you women who hold it in your belly, in your middle area, well, you men too. I mean, that's the last place it's going to come off.
That's where I get it.
Yeah. So the reason we lift weights is because when it finally does come off in those areas you really want to target.
Sherry likes the way I look.
Well, yes, I do.
When the weight comes off.
with the weightlifting too.
Yes.
That helps. So you're not skinny everywhere else, because that's what sometimes happens is that, oh, finally I've lost enough weight that my hips and thighs are getting smaller. Well, now, like, you know, the collarbone and then everywhere else you kind of look skinny. So weightlifting helps us personally. We just like the aesthetic look better. Plus, I follow this doctor whose name is now I can't remember her name. Wow, I can't believe it. Anyway, she says muscle is the organ of longevity.
It's a fact.
It's serious. It's like brilliant. And she did all these research. She did her research with elderly individuals. Again, she's an MD, so she had to do her internship and all that with elderly individuals. So she knows how important muscle is. So that's why we like to lift. So, and I went up in weight in the gym on one move. And actually it's the most important for me, it's hip thrust. And that like builds the booty, the glutes. So I went up in weight on that one. Woohoo! Yes. Okay. Christopher says, congratulations to both of you. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you.
Fist bump. Thanks, Chris. You too.
Yeah, we're trying to catch up to you, brother.
Yeah, man. Any of the rest of you coming in who've come in, if you're losing to cruise it or losing for anything or just trying to get healthy in other ways, share it with us in the comments and share what you're doing. Meanwhile, we're going to be talking some cruising now, folks. Okay. As we all know, drum roll. We need like a drum roll sound effect. I need to get a drum roll sound effect or like a little pair of bongos here.
I'll get it on my iPhone.
On July 18th, the CDC dropped their cruise line program. CDC gone, out of cruising, got their big fat hand out of the cruise life. And each cruise line now can choose their own protocols.
There you go.
And so they're choosing their own protocols. And so we got a few of them who are making changes. The rule to live by if you have an upcoming cruise.
What is it?
Go to your cruise line's website and read their protocols.
And do it routinely because they have
it's going to change.
It's going to change.
It's going to change. So go when you book the cruise, go at least a month later. I mean, it depends on how far ahead you book. Go at least a month later. Go another month. Go a couple of weeks. The closer you get to your cruise, you should be checking every week, if not a couple of times a week, because the rumors are that come August, for August sailings.
Can we talk about rumors?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay.
We're going on All Things Wagner Live.
Don't tell my preacher.
We're going to talk about rumors. The rumors are that come August, some of the big three, Royal, Carnival, and Norwegian, might be changing their protocols. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye out because our Explorer is in 83 days.
Yeah. You should start definitely checking it a couple times a week.
Yes.
30 days out. And then the last week, check it every day.
So as of today, vaccination, FAQ, do I have to be vaccinated, is still true for the big three. Actually, it's for all of them for vaccination.
Right.
For testing, let's talk testing because that's what folks are changing. Royal, Carnival, Disney, MSC, and partially for Norwegian, they still require pre-cruise testing. Any day now, it could change. So again, be sure and check.
Didn't we have a community page question on that? I think. I don't remember. About changes?
Probably if they wanted it to change, yeah.
I think that's what
I've done several polls on our community page tab on our channel. If you go over to the community page, you can see the polls and everything that we post. And if you're subscribed, then those will come up in your YouTube feed and you'll see the polls and the questions and stuff.
That's fun.
Yeah. So the protocol changes. Drum roll is Norwegian, including Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania Cruises, and Regent Seven Seas have partially ended their testing, going into effect August 1, 22, only for sailings other than departing from the U.S., Canada, Greece, and Bermuda.
So what's that include?
That's pretty much means Europe.
Pretty much
means no testing for Europe only.
Correct.
But it's progress.
It's progress. The first step.
It's progress. So Azamara also, which was previously owned by Royal Caribbean, but they sold them last year, 2021. They sold them. So they're no longer owned by Royal Caribbean, but they have also ended pre-cruise testing. I don't know where all they sail, so I don't know if they actually sail out of the U.S., but their announcement said all pre-cruise testing for Azamara is gone. Margaritaville at Sea, which offers short sailings to and from the Bahamas. It's a brand new cruise line.
Yeah.
It's removed its pre-cruise testing for all vaccinated guests. All unvaccinated guests are still required to present the negative antigen test prior to embarkation. So if you are vaccinated on Margaritaville at Sea, no testing. And that's going to the Bahamas. Now, over in Europe, 2 Carnival Corporation brands are testing cruises without the pre-cruise COVID test. They're including Holland America Line voyages from Amsterdam, again, over there, not in the U.S., and P&O Cruises Iona voyages to Norway.
And that will provide a lot of data for whether or not to discontinue.
Are we having outbreaks? Or,
right.
Are people coming on and don't know it because they have COVID and they haven't tested and they're not sure and they're passing it all around? Yeah.
Watch the data on that.
Yeah. Virgin has ended pre-cruise testing for their U.S. sailings. That starts July 27th. So this is the 24th. So that's coming up. And they have opened up 10% capacity of their passengers to unvaccinated for any reason.
For any reason.
It doesn't say religious or medical or
any reason.
Yeah, anything.
They can have up to 10% unvaccinated.
Again, that's progress. The cruise lines, most of the big guys did have exemptions for unvaccinated people, but it was always under the reasoning of medical or religious, and then you had to fill out this form, and there weren't very many slots available still. Now it's 10% across the board, at least for Virgin.
Right.
10% across the board. Princess has done the same thing. Princess Cruises, which is part of the Carnival Corporation, has also opened up 10% to unvaxxed for any reason, except cruises that begin and end and port in Canada. The prior vaccination
Canada has different rules.
So the prior vaccination rules, if you're cruising on Princess to Canada, you still have to
check the protocol for the cruise, for the cruise line.
Rules to live by.
Did we have something else pop up?
I don't think so. Rules to live by. Check your cruise line website before you cruise.
Always.
We had a couple more people come in though. Hi, welcome.
Hey, y'all from Texas.
Now we're starting with basic cruise FAQs. And again, these are questions that I just hear all the time in the cruise realm, especially for newbies, but it still just might be interesting to, get people's opinions. So if y'all have an opinion or maybe a bad experience because you didn't do something or you did do something, put it in the comments.
It happens.
Should I buy travel insurance?
Can I give a testimony?
Sure.
Yes.
We do have a testimony.
A month after I retired, Sherry and I were at the gym working out. I ended up going to the hospital. They put 2 stents in my heart, widowmaker artery.
We just went on our own. It wasn't like the ambulance or anything.
No, it was no ambulance. She drove me up there. And they put the 2 stents in the widowmaker artery of my heart. And the doctor, I told him about the cruise. This was February. My wife told I was hallucinating.
We're in the hospital room. No, you were okay at the point. We're in the hospital room, and I'm like, okay, doc, we have a cruise in.
Yeah.
Is it 3 weeks? It was really close. It was 2 to 3 weeks.
It was February 7th when I had the stents put in, and the cruise was booked for April.
I think it was closer.
And the doc said,
I think it was closer.
What did the doc say? It doesn't matter.
He said, You're not cruising.
You're not cruising.
It
He's
was
not
very-
cruising.
He was very matter of fact.
Yeah.
You're not cruising.
Yeah.
So we had to actually put our travel insurance into practice. First time ever. At that point in time, we'd been on probably 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 cruises.
I don't remember.
Right.
But they refunded 100% with the exception of the premium for the policy.
Seriously. I mean, it was some paperwork.
Yeah.
It
sure.
wasn't complicated paperwork.
No.
It was just like, you got to fill out the paperwork. There's some questions here.
Right.
And then we had to get the doctor. I had to take it down to the doctor's office and had him sign and say this was necessary and all that. 100% refund.
Yep. So yes, the answer to that is yes.
But I'm telling you, because you don't ever know.
It's,
It might not always be an illness. It might be someone in your party is called in to work and they can't say no. Or it might be, it might be some kind of illness. You never know.
might be loss of a friend or a family member.
Yeah. So that someone's died, and it might not be that someone in your party is sick.
And make sure you get a policy that is, what do they call it? Cancel for any reason.
For any reason.
Yeah.
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 It's a few dollars
Those
more
are a
money,
little
but
bit expensive.
it's a little bit
Yeah.
more money, but it's sure well worth it. Again, it's cheap. It's cheap money if you have to file a claim.
It's just like any other insurance that at the
We
time
hate to
you're
spend
like,
we hate to
wow.
spend the extra money, but if you ever have a claim,
yeah, you're rolling your eyes and you're thinking, why am I paying out this money? A cruise is already expensive enough.
Yeah.
And then something happens and you're like, boy, I have never heard a single person who had to use it say, we shouldn't have bought it.
wish I wouldn't have had that.
Boy, that was a waste of money. It's there when you need it. Okay. So do I need a passport to cruise?
Absolutely not.
The magic question. And the magic word is need. Do I need? Okay. So out of what's called a closed port cruise.
Closed loop.
Closed loop. Thank you. Closed loop cruise, which means you're starting from the U.S. and you end up back at the U.S. Okay. You do not need a passport. You can use a certified birth certificate and a photo ID.
Right.
Now the certified bump. See, I almost said bump certificate because why? Because it has to have the little bumpy
Oh,
stamp.
it's got to have the little.
Certified means
The bump
from
stamp.
usually your county clerk,
Right.
your county clerk's office. If you were born in the same state, you can go to the county clerk's office in your county, even if it's not the county you were born in. If it's the same state, like for Texas, I was born up in the Panhandle of Texas, and here outside Fort Worth, I could go to that county clerk's office, and because it's in the same state, they got me a bumpy stamp certified birth certificate. Or some offices have the colored
Right.
stamp. So just make sure it's certified. Birth certificate. The one with the little baby feet from the hospital will not work. It's not good enough. It's not sufficient. And there's one other one. The original, like the one your mom may have given you, the original from the hospital, even if it doesn't have the baby, that won't work either. You have to have a certified. It looks like a county it looks like a government document. So, yeah. Okay, you done with that one?
I am.
Okay. Is there a formal or elegant night on my cruise?
Well, yes, there is.
Is there?
Yeah.
Is there on every cruise?
No.
Okay. So on a 7-night, there are usually 2 for all the cruise lines. There's usually 2 formal nights. They're also now calling them dress your best. At least
Dress your best.
Royal
is called
dress your best. Yeah. But I think the rules have become the same on all the cruise lines. I mean, if y'all are experiencing something different on your formal nights on your cruises, let us know.
Yeah. Let me just say this. I'm not a real big
Dresser upper.
Yeah, I'm a simple guy. You see the t-shirts what you see is what you get. This is not dress your best.
He wears for us, this wouldn't be dress your best. But I will tell you, for anything short of bare feet,
Yeah.
tank tops for men,
Right. Can't do it.
and actual swimwear,
Can't do it.
you're not going to get kicked out on formal night if you wear a
No,
t-shirt.
absolutely not.
You're not going to get kicked out.
Now, the truth is, my wife picks out my shirts for dinner. So
He on formal nights, he wears button downs, long sleeve
with a
button downs,
collar,
and some like khaki
breeches,
shirts. Yeah.
pair
So
of casual shoes.
one time, one cruise, we rented a tux.
Yeah.
And we
And
enjoyed
it was nice.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. We had fun. But we don't do that. Well, they're not doing that anymore for COVID now anyway. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to restart that or not. But Yeah, except for those 3 things I just listed, you're not going to get kicked out of most any. Now, I say most any. Some of those, like a Regent 7, what's it called? Regent, I just talked about it earlier. Regent 7Cs. They're the upper crust luxury cruise lines that they definitely have wardrobe rules. So, but if we're talking about Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Carnival, Disney, MSC, you'll be fine. But they do still have them, and they'll be in your cruise itinerary once you get on board, whether they're doing it on the app or whether you have an actual, like cruise bulletin every day. Do I have to dress up? Yeah, we just covered that. Do I have to dress up in formal night? No. Do I need to take cash? Cashola, money, money, money. No, you don't always. Usually the casino is typically the only venue that takes cash on the ship, other than like tipping, and in the port, of course, you'll need cash. They take cash in all the ports we've been to in the Caribbean.
And if you have cash at the port, you can negotiate a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, for jewelry. I mean, if you actually want to get something that's kind of
even T-shirts.
Yeah, kind of. Everywhere else on board will take your cruise card.
C-Pass card.
Yeah, they will take your cruise card. The casino does deal in cash. Tips for excursions. Tips for those on the ship who you want to bless above the prepaid gratuities, like we usually give to our room steward, our dining room staff, and our regular. If we sit somewhere in the buffet for the same spot and we have the same people every morning for breakfast, then we'll tip those people too.
Right.
Yeah.
Because for us, it's all about relationship with people that we meet on board the ship.
Be careful, however, and watch for on board added gratuities.
Yes.
You'll see it on your ticket and you'll be like, what's that 18% for?
Yeah, if I prepaid.
Oh, well, like if you buy a dining package on your ticket, but they add that, at least on Royal, they add that for everything from a specialty dining to ice cream.
Well,
if you go get some candy, they'll add the gratuity at the bottom. So if you're wanting to tip the person on top of that, that's great.
Yeah.
But obviously that's fine and wonderful. Just know what you're tipping total.
Look at your ticket.
Yeah. Just know that it's already been added, or you need to add it, or you want to add something on top of it. Any of those are fine. Just be knowledgeable about what you're paying them.
Good tip.
Do I need to bring a beach?
Did you get it? Good
tip. Ooh. And the crowd goes, oh.
Ooh.
Do I need to bring a beach towel?
No.
Nope. Every cruise line provides beach towels on board that you can also take into port with you on your excursions.
I don't like my beach towel that much, where I'm going to pack it and carry it on a cruise ship where I can get one.
And I'm the one who does the packing anyway, so I ain't taking no beach towel.
And she's trying to pack lighter, so no beach towels.
It just takes up room. Yep. Do I need to bring my own shampoo and conditioner?
You do, I don't.
You gonna make some joke. You gonna make the guys with the easy hairdo get to make the jokes. I will tell you, suites on board will have extra amenities like shampoo and conditioner and body lotion and that kind of stuff. If you are not in a suite, if you are in a balcony cabin, or I'll say below or smaller, you're going to have a wonderful but very useless 2-in-1 body wash / shampoo. Women, if you have anything more than this hairdo right here, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. So just bring your own travel size shampoo and conditioner. It's not going to be pretty if you are trying to do your hair with that 2-in-1.
I'm so glad I'm a man.
There you go. One more reason. Do I need to bring my own hair dryer? Again, okay, you can just not answer these, JJ. If you have women or men, if you have a lot of hair or a complicated hairstyle, or you have arthritis in your hands, bring your own hair dryer. Correct. And let me tell you why the arthritis comment. The button on the hair dryers in the cruise cabins have to be continually pushed down to stay on. So the minute you let up on the handle, it goes off. So if you have hand problems of any sort, arthritis or some other kind of function, then you just need to bring your own hair dryer. And the hair dryers are like those in the hotel room. They're the small ones, like travel, compact travel size. Yeah, they're pretty small and they're not very powerful. So I have thin hair. I don't have very thick hair, but I do have long hair. And a couple of times it just wasn't sufficient. So I've just learned to pack it, just use the room, pack it. If you have used hotel hair dryers before and they're sufficient, then you're probably good. Yeah. Chris has 2 questions. You can answer after your FAQs. Oh, we have them now, Chris. Do you recommend the key on Royal Caribbean? And what time are the pool hours? Okay. The key, Chris, do you have input?
Well, complete disclosure, we've never purchased the key.
No.
I don't know if that answers the question for you or not.
17 cruises,
but
we've
17,
never purchased the key.
Yeah.
And 14 of those have been on Royal.
Right.
So we've never purchased the key. If you're going to buy the internet anyway,
right,
then it's not a whole lot of difference in price.
Correct.
And it might be worth it. Matt Hochberg on Royal Caribbean blog has a really good blog, an article on his website on that issue. And he just lists out the pros and cons. It gives you some extra entry, but these days they're doing the boarding times.
Right.
And so
they're regulating.
If you don't show up early and have to sit around, if you show up on your embarkation time, then it's not really a big deal.
Right.
Or if you have a suite, a junior suite or above, you get on early anyway.
So
if you have a suite, I would say the key is probably not worth it for you. So check the prices of everything you're buying individually, Christopher. Like if you're buying Wi-Fi, and if you're in a suite,
1 or 2 or 3 devices,
don't do the key. If you already have a suite and if you're just already buying the Wi-Fi, look at what the key might give you and see if it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah. Again, we've never done it. We show up when our embarkation time is, and we usually self-disembark anyway. There haven't been any ports that we've needed extra time for.
No.
So that benefit hasn't been worth it. And the shows that you might get to go ahead of time, we've also never had a problem getting a seating at a show. Now, if you have a large party,
that might be a different story.
It might be a different story, but you can start going in, is it 30 minutes before showtime?
Right.
Anybody can. 1, whether you have a reservation or not. 2, anybody can just go in 30 minutes before. Right. People who have reservations can go in a little earlier. So that also kind of takes down the benefits of the key a little bit. Pool hours. I know that the actual swimming pools, I think, have hours. The hot tubs have really late hours.
Yeah, but they do net them, and I can't remember whether it's 10 or 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
At night.
Your app, if you're already booked, you could already see the hours on the app. It is pretty late. It's dark, 9, 10, 11, something like that. And they'll put the net.
It's 10 or 11. I can't remember.
They'll put the net over. The hot tubs, though, will still be open.
Right.
So you can still go to those.
And honestly, by 10 or 11 o'clock at my age, I've probably been asleep 3 or 4 hours. No, that's
not that.
Not
not
true.
that long. We are early birds, but not that. I mean, early.
I'm a year older since we saw you
early
last.
To go to bed. He is.
I am.
He had a birthday this past week.
I did.
Woohoo!
Woo-hoo.
Happy birthday, hey. Okay. Can I do laundry myself on board? That's a frequent people, especially if they haven't done one of the cruise lines. If they haven't cruised on one of the cruise lines that doesn't offer self-serve, like if they're used to Carnival that does have self-serve, and then they go on Royal, they're like, what? I can't do my own laundry? Like, that's kind of crazy. So here's the list. Self-service available, cost per load. Carnival, Disney, and Princess.
Now, what does that mean, cost per load?
that you put in the
You-
little quarters
Okay.
into the machine
Okay.
per
So they don't
load.
weigh it for you and put it in there.
Nope.
Okay.
You got the little machine like you did in college. I don't
Okay.
know.
Stuff
So-
that puppy full.
Carnival, Disney, and Princess have self-service laundry.
Okay.
The ones that do not have self-service laundry are Royal, Norwegian, and MSC.
However,
They do not have self-serve laundry. You can, however, on those, have your laundry sent out with your room steward for a fee. And I don't even remember. I think it was like Does $8 for a bag sound right? On Royal?
you know, I can't remember to be honest with you, but I think that's a great service.
The laundry service.
And I would have it done just to keep her from having to deal with that when we get to the house.
And I
Would rather have an ice cream cone for $8
Well, there you go.
or $6 or $5.
So
then spend it on laundry.
So for us, it's all about evaluation and prioritization.
Yeah, of our funds.
Yep.
Of our fundage.
Of her money.
Yep. So Carnival, Disney, Princess do self-serve, and Royal, Norwegian, and MSC no self-serve.
But they do have service.
Yes, they have fee for base laundry. Another big one we get is, can I bring alcohol on board?
I don't drink, so you bring whatever you want.
We don't. We've had some really good mocktails on board, though, for sure. That also ranges among the big boys.
Yeah, it varies.
Carnival is one 750 milliliter bottle of wine. Royal, you can bring up to 2 750 milliliter bottles of wine or champagne. MSC, Zippo, folks. No alcohol allowed.
Watch your wallets.
Carry on MSC. Norwegian wine and champagne is allowed carry on. They do not mention how many bottles or how much. So maybe a party on Norwegian. Who knows? We've been on Norwegian once. I love the ship. JJ likes Royal better, but I would honestly give them another try because I like the ships.
Yeah, we'll give them another try, but I'm not going to do it out. I'll just tell you, I'm not going to do it out of New Orleans.
Yeah, that was a rough
I enjoyed the
terminal.
visit to New Orleans, but I did not. The terminal was just was not for me.
It was very odd location and parking and driving up.
To each their own, and if you love the New Orleans terminal.
Maybe we just don't know the tricks of New Orleans terminal. Maybe we should learn that. Who knows? So also be aware on the alcohol that most cruise lines do charge a corkage fee if they're the ones who open the bottle for you. I have been hearing that they're not really enforcing that. It may be a COVID thing that, they're trying to keep folks happy because some other things are not making folks happy.
Yeah.
So they may not charge it, but be prepared for it. Be prepared if you take one of those bottles to the MDR for dinner that they may charge you a corkage fee to open it.
Yeah. And ask them if they charge, so you know.
Yeah. We have been going 42 and a half minutes.
Woo!
So I think we're going to end the FAQs there. We were going to talk about dining packages and excursions and where I can smoke on board. But we're going to.
You smoke?
I do not.
Okay.
If I were a viewer and I smoked, then that would be asking, where can I smoke on board?
28 years. I thought maybe there's something I didn't know about.
I've been sneaking it in the back room. No, not here. So we have some other FAQs that we will play with next week. So, and y'all put in the comments, if you're not watching this live, put in the comments what FAQs you want us to answer next week, and we will get to those.
We will address them.
Otherwise, we're going to continue on with our Lose It to Cruise It progress this week. Oh, we forgot.
Did Christopher have 2 questions?
Let's see. Thank you. Chris says, thank you. Have a great week and see you all next time. Thanks, Chris. We forgot to tell y'all because I kind of teased it on the community tab. JJ did have a roller coaster week because he had pizza. See, everybody that's gone won't know the secret. He had pizza for 2 meals. I came home. I had a really busy week.
Your Honor, I am not guilty of that.
I had a really busy week at work, like crazy busy mentally and actually long hours. And I came home Wednesday and I was just like, I haven't hardly eaten anything all day. I have enough calories and I want pizza. And I'm stressed and I want pizza.
That broke my heart.
And he didn't even hesitate. He was like, okay, I'll order it. So he was all over that. So he had it that night for dinner. And then the next day, supposedly saving me
I had it.
from having leftovers.
I personally delivered it to the house 5 minutes after she got home.
Yeah, it was.
It's still warm.
Don't get me wrong. I was thankful.
She
It was
was
wonderful.
loving it.
And I just stopped when I was full. I had like a piece and a half, if you can believe that.
I ate the rest
He
over 2
and
days.
He was still. What were your numbers? You were still down 1.6.
6.
Oh,
He
he was still down 1.4 pounds for the week. Seriously, ladies, you feel me? Yeah, I was down 1.2 this week, and I just had one serving of pizza. Yeah, feel that. Feel that. Okay. Audrey says, I love your channel. Thank you so much. Thanks, Audrey.
Audrey, we love you too.
Thanks
from
a lot.
Texas.
Hope
Thanks
to
for
see
coming
you
in.
next week. And yeah, that was the last bit of secret stuff we had with the 2 times pizza. I'm still losing. So we're going to keep on. If you are on your health journey, keep on also. And we will look forward to you telling us what your progress is next week also.
Until then,
Blessings.
peace.